The tournament in Las Vegas it's sad how we lost, but it was really good for us. It was two great teams that we played. And Missouri St. Louis, I'm assuming, is still undefeated. And Dominican only had one loss, and both went down to the last possession. It was sad. There were so many mistakes where it shouldn't even have came down to the last possession. But I think we're learning from those things, and it carried over into our conference games this weekend. Every win this year, more so, this is the 9th year we've been here, and this is as even as this league has ever been. So every win, you got to enjoy it right now. So getting the 2 wins at home, regardless of what you win by, it's huge for us. And now we got to move on and get ready for Thursday.
And after those 2 losses, what were some things you really focused on and saw from your team that you needed to practice on before the games this past weekend?
Well, we're still the games this past weekend. We played 10 and 11 players, and when we were in Las Vegas, we played probably 8 or 9, and I think we have some pretty good depth. So we've kind of changed our style where we're going even more up and down. We're pressing full court to use our entire bench, and we kind of said, okay, if we have this depth, we got to use it. We got to play with great pace the whole time and go. So that's one adjustment. And another one we're still working on is we've got to get so much better defensively. Teams are shooting way too good of a percentage against us, and it's a good thing and a bad thing. Right now we're sitting at 6-0 in the league, and I don't think we're even close to playing up to our potential yet. I think our best ball's in front of us as the year goes along, but defensively we've really got to get better.
Speaking of changing up lineups, you guys have pulled Zach out of the starter role. Is that because you think you can provide a bigger spark?
Well, there's, it's setting a tone defensively too, and it gets Zach fresher into the game when he goes more, and I think it'll help him out. It'll help our whole team out, and that's along with what we decided when we were going to use 10 and 11 players. Before that, he'd be out there 32, 33 minutes, and we're kind of cutting back everybody's minutes. So hopefully they're more effective in less minutes. And Zach's going to be there. So even when he doesn't score a ton of points, everybody has to account for him, and that gets other people open shots. So it's something we're looking at. At the end of the game, he's going to be out there on the court. So it's nothing. It's just whose name gets called out to start.
And then offense, though, it's been stellar. Another 100-point game yesterday. So just what has stood out to you about that side of the court?
We have some really skilled players, and you go along with it on defense. Jesse Oweezy, we really need to, and he had a good weekend for us, and we're going to need even more from him. But we have 5 guys who can really move, they can shoot, and they all can pass the ball. Now, at the other end, we're not the most physical or strongest, and that's where we've got to shore up the defensive end. But offensively, we can really spread people out. And if you take one person away, somebody else can go get 20 points. And I think you saw that in this weekend where they're keying on Zach. And I don't even know what he scored. I think he had like 10 points in each game. But Larry Wise had 25 and 20, and Damian can go get everybody else involved. And we're starting to play a lot better together with that. So scoring points for us isn't our worry as a staff. It's stopping them on the defensive end.
Another player that's really stepped up this year, Addison Wallace. We saw kind of at the end of last year, it's kind of carried over this year. What have you seen about Addison?
Yeah, Addison's he's more confident in what he's doing with us. Offensively, he's figuring out his role and how he fits in. I think the one thing with him is he's understood that to get on the court, he doesn't have to score points for us. He can affect the game defensively. He can affect it rebounding. If he scores, that's great, and he's capable of it. But he doesn't have to do it. And I think at times he'd put pressure on himself, like, "Hey, I have to score to get on the court more." And now he realizes that he just plays his role and does it because he's a strong 6'5", 6'6" kid who can cover everybody. He can rebound. He can do everything with it. And he's just a lot more comfortable with us, and we need him more going forward here.
Then you have another All-Star Conference matchups this upcoming weekend going to Angelo State and Permian Basin. What have you really seen from those 2 teams?
Yeah, the one thing about this league, and I said it earlier, it really is a toss-up. If you don't play well against anybody on any weekend, you're going to lose. And you saw it yesterday in our scores. I think we were the only team in our league that had the better conference record and actually won Midwestern went and won at Lubbock. Eastern New Mexico beat Angelo. Angelo was undefeated. St. Ed's was undefeated. Kingsville was, I think, 2-3. They went there and they won. And that's just what this league is. So you've got to come to play every night, and you can't get caught up with where you are right now, because if you lose one game, you lose one, that can turn into a couple really quick, because it's so even, and injuries are going to play a part. And this year, only 8 teams make the conference tournament, so you do not want to get caught in that logjam where normally places 6 through 12 in the league are separated by one game, and that comes down to a tiebreaker, and all of a sudden you're on the outside looking in. So I like where we are right now, but we also know the next game's the most important. And Angelo is going to be tough as can be. They're like us. They're very athletic. They switch everything, and they can go after you. But regardless of if we win or lose, we got to gear up and get ready for Permian the next day. And if you win, it's like, it's great, but you got somebody waiting to punch you in the face 2 days later. So it's going to be a fun, long, quick year. So.
Is that something you guys are kind of looking at before Cameron, because they still haven't won a league game at all? So is that kind of emphasize they need to take care of business?
It was, and it was disappointing at the end of the first half, where we had it at 12 or 13 points with 3 minutes left, and we went into halftime only up 10. That's where the good teams put people away, and I think it's a step we made in the second half. They got it down to 3 right away. And then when we got it back up to 10 or 12, we pushed it up to 20, and we kept going. So that was a good step that we took. We didn't let them hang around anymore, because those possessions get you. When you play a really good team down the road, you can't if you get up by 12, you got to put them away when you can. And we actually had our shots against Midwestern where we were up 12 or 13, and you saw what happened. They ended up cutting it to, they made the 3 at the horn, and there were times with 4 minutes left, if we make a shot, if we make a free throw, if we get a stop, we probably walk away with that as a 16, 17 point win. So that's what we're trying to learn as a team too. So.